You want the good news first or the bad news first? You're gonna die. You're all going to die. Every one of you. Everything you love, everyone you love is also going to die. Some of them will die first. Some of them will grieve you. Everything you have will be lost. Everything you are chasing, you will probably acquire it before you lose it again. This is impermanence. Have you noticed? That's the bad news. Almost all the sufferings of samsara have to do with the pain of impermanence. You are dissatisfied. So you don't enjoy the now. You chase the next now, thinking it will be better. I will improve my health. How many of you are trying to improve your health? Yeah, there's the 5 or 10 pounds that's stuck, and you really believe you're going to do something about it, don't you? This is called the suffering of the thing that won't go away, no matter how hard you try. Most of you are attempting to run from financial insolvency, poverty. You're all running from poverty. Isn't poverty kind of scary? It's usually in our culture the big boogeyman. And it will never stop chasing you. Ever. Because there is no safety. Even if you have 10 million US dollars, the currency might fall apart, like the ruble did. Are we really that far behind Russia and falling apart? Some think not. This is not to be a political discussion, but rather a pointing out of impermanence. If you believe that we have the best government possible, let me point out to you that we will not be able to keep it forever. It will change. Even if you believe that we have the worst government possible, this will also change. It might get better in your mind. It might get worse. Everything changes. You change. You, your personality. Anybody here really has the same personality they had at the age of 16? One would hope not. Those of you who have 16-year-old children would hope not to have the same personality. That would be a mess. You're changing constantly. Everything you experience changes you just a little bit. You interact with others. And so you are slightly changed. Your thoughts change. Your feelings change. Your sensory experiences of the moment change. Sometimes you're looking over here, it looks one way, then you look over there, it looks another way. You hear one word and then another word, so it's all changing. That's the bad news. There's good news too. There is that which does not change. It's not a that there, and it doesn't have a where. You, each and every one of you, and the birds and the bugs, and the bacteria that live in your intestines and on your skin, and the littler bugs that live in them, and so on ad infinitum, this planet, the sun, the galaxies, stars, all beings, everything which is alive has Buddha nature. And that Buddha nature does not come and go. It is unborn, undying. Do you take refuge? Many of you do. Understand that the only true refuge is one that you can't lose. If you take refuge in money, your spouse, your lovely home, your spouse could leave you. Your money, he could take all the money with him. Your house could burn down. Your investments could go badly. And the job you have could go belly up, so could the company. If you take refuge in these things, it is not a safe refuge. This is why, when we take refuge in all Buddhas of the 4 times, all Buddhas of the past, all Buddhas of the present, all Buddhas of the future, all Buddhas beyond time, innate natural Buddha nature, we can be sure of it. It won't leave. That which is unborn, undying, that which does not come and go, is the only thing you can truly trust. Have you seen your own Buddha nature? Because it's there. It was there yesterday. It will be there tomorrow. It's there when you, your personality, is in a total state of confusion. It's there when you, your personality, is feeling very wise. Does not come and go, unborn, undying. When you take refuge, instead of thinking of the man Gautama Buddha who died, instead of thinking of a particular text or two called Dharma, which could be lost, instead of thinking of the Sangha of your community, your homies, which could change if you move to Milwaukee, think of all Buddhas of infinite time, all paths which reach to the innate Buddhahood of living beings, all beings of the 3 realms. When you open your heart to sentient beings in Bodhisattva, you are opening your heart to all Buddhas of the 4 times. For all Buddhas arise from all sentient beings. Bodhisattva and refuge are not separate ideas. For it is in the open awareness of Bodhisattva, the open-heartedness, the great-heartedness, the open-mindedness of this, that your own and all life's Buddha nature is apparent. Have you questions? And please don't be scared of me to ask questions. Right now, you are thinking thoughts. Yes? You are having feelings. Curiosity is a feeling. You are having sensory perception, sounds in your ears, sight in your eyes, taste, touch. These all come and go. They're all changing. Do you see this? They are all occurring in your mind. Even your sensory perceptions, when you see this object, you interpret sensations in your eyeball as a water bottle. When you hear my voice, you interpret my words as certain meanings. Puke lemna tene kiring chikchana karisegandu sumtumyon. Even though I changed languages to one you may not speak, nonetheless, your mind will have made a few guesses about what I might have said in that time, what topic I might have talked on. So all of this is going on in your mind. All of this changing phenomena, inner phenomena and outer phenomena. Outer phenomena is, the stuff that you experience with your sense organs. Inner phenomena is your thoughts about the stuff and how you feel about what you think about the stuff. You see all that? Do you acknowledge, do you recognize that all this is happening in your mind? Where's your mind? Yeah. There is that which we call big mind, real mind, sem ni. Sem is mind, ni is absolute. It is where you think. It's not a place. It's not inside you or outside you. It is infinitely open, vitally aware, awake, and lucid. Totally creative. Look at all the stories you're making up about it. All of you. So, this open awareness in all its lucidity, this is your Buddha nature. Meditation is shifting your attention from the thises and that's of life that you're always putting attention on. You're always paying attention to what you think, how you feel, what you see, what you're doing. We go through life upon life doing this again and again. To rest from that, with your attention opened up in what is called open awareness. That's meditation. Did this answer your question in any way that worked for you? Other questions? One-pointed focus meditation, shine, is where you are one-pointedly focusing on either an object. Traditionally, we use a pebble because they're easy to find and don't have a lot of connotations and don't want anything from you. Or on the stillness in which all thoughts, feelings, and perceptions arise. That's shine without an object. However, it's still point focus. you're only looking at the ground of mind. You are not looking at the thoughts, the feelings, and the perceptions while you do shine, one-pointed meditation. Shine must mature into something called lakdong, direct seeing. That is open awareness because it is not one-pointed. There's muscles in your eyeballs that focus the lens of your eye. You're all familiar with that. Look at your finger. Now look at the wall behind it. Look at your finger. Look at the wall behind it. You can feel those muscles closing and opening, the focus point of your lens. Well, you do this mentally. One-pointed focus is like looking at your finger. Take away the finger. Don't look at the wall. Open it, pass wide. Do it with your eyes and then do it with your mind. Your mind's connected to your eyes. Your attention, what you pay attention to, is generally, for us humans, whatever we're looking at. For example, please look at that statue. You're paying attention to that statue also. Now, I'm going to have you look over here at this picture without paying any attention to it. Yeah, see? You pay attention to what you're looking at. So when you sit, as if you are doing shine, one-pointed focus meditation, are you all familiar with this? How to align your channels and sit. You sit up straight. You have either a chair or a meditation seat. In shine, you are looking at something with your attention. In lakdong, your attention is wide open. This is why it may be called open awareness. It is the direct seeing which is not a point focus. It is not a point of view. Wide open. You see, anyone can learn to meditate without thinking. But however good you become at that, your bladder will win in the end. Yeah, it will. So, the trick is to be able to meditate while thinking. That's open awareness. Where you can see clearly your own innate, natural Buddha nature, Dharmakaya nature of mind, in all its vitality, in all its lucidity, clear light nature, without denying or rejecting its creativity, thoughts, feelings, perceptions, all of phenomena, the innate and natural creativity of mind. You don't want to throw that away. Now, admittedly, you have an obsessive-compulsive relationship towards it at the moment, as in you can't stop paying attention to phenomena. That's an obsession. You compulsively look from this to that. Relax and leave it be for a while. Allow your awareness to naturally open. This is what meditation is. It has many benefits. It lowers your blood pressure. It drops the amount of cortisol your body produces, which can cause illnesses. And it makes you happy. And if you do enough of it, you go sane. Which we do have to admit we aren't at the moment. If you think you are, you're faking it. Yes. Down? Down, okay. I have not studied Taoism enough to be able to answer that for you, since I don't understand Tao. Yes. You already are the Buddha. It is inside of you, not outside of you. It is inside of all life to relax and stop chasing your tail. You see, we live in dissatisfaction with the moment. We're always trying to get our ducks in a row, to improve ourselves and our surroundings. Let that be. Just for an hour or two a day. Sit there. Shift your attention from point focus of thises and that's, your to-do list, your family, the things you want, the things you're afraid of, each thought. You know, you always pay attention to what you're thinking. You pay a great deal of attention to what you're feeling, too. For a little while, every day, open up your attention so that it is not point focused on what you're seeing and perceiving, or have seen and have perceived, or hope to see and hope to perceive, and all your thoughts about that and how you feel about those thoughts. Shift your attention, open it, and relax into an open awareness that sees both semni, open ground of mind, Dharmakaya nature of mind, clear light nature of all life, while allowing the thoughts, feelings, and perceptions to do as they will. Don't reject them, but stop grabbing them. By resting in this way, you will break your habit of samsara. It's just a bad habit. And discover that not only are you enlightened, but you always have been and always will be, regardless of the idiocy of your personality. You have disassociated yourself from your experience. So when you see open awareness, you think you're here, the personality, and open awareness is there and you're looking at it. That's point focus. That's a form of point focus. Relax, let go. When you see your own innate Buddha nature, you're seeing yourself. It is the true refuge, and it does not come and go. And someone over here, there you are. I think you may be going about it the wrong way. You may be trying to live in equanimity by thinking equanimous thoughts and having equanimous feelings. That won't work. They're impermanent. They're affected by your sensory perceptions, and they affect your sensory perceptions. And it's a big bilbla. Do you guys know the word bilbla? It's what the yarn looks like after the kittens have been at it. It's a Tibetan word. It's a very good word. You might like to keep it. Instead of trying to live in equanimity, rest every day for a little while, sitting there with your awareness opened from all the things that, that bilbla. Instead of focusing your attention on the bilbla, focus it on the ground of mind itself. Open awareness, relax, open the orifice of attention, and sit there for 20 minutes. Later in the day, take another 10. Instead of trying to force your bilbla into the shape of equanimity, and it won't, if you get it there, it's not going to stay there more than a moment, because it's moving. There is a natural equanimity arising. You don't have to make it so. And it does not preclude the heroic actions of the bodhisattva. Equanimity doesn't mean that you don't take action when action is available. However, it does keep you from stewing in your own juices when no action is available. And it does keep you from being so busy stewing in your own juices when no action is available that you can't see a potential pivot where an action might help. So instead of trying to force the bilbla, can I call it a bilbla for you guys? It's this ball of thoughts and feelings and perceptions all swirled together and entangled. Instead of trying to force that into a particular shape, which is called self-improvement, rest in the natural perfection of the three jewels, Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya, which is your own true nature. This will allow the bilbla to unravel itself. When you have a bilbla in the yarn, yanking at it is not effective. Any fiber folk here? Yeah, so you know that. You have to sort of gentle it out of the mess. The same may be said for your personality, which is the bilbla. Other questions? As sentient beings, we commit what is the Buddhist equivalent of original sin, which is called original oops. Because it's not a wrong, it's a misperception. When the infinite open awareness of primordial Buddha Kuntu Zangpo, the clear light of that strikes the prism of vital lucidity, the aliveness inherent in the universe. Rainbow-colored lights shine forth of the clear light. You are the clear light, you are vital, the vitality, it is a characteristic of you, and you are the rainbows. Kuntu Zangpo, primordial Buddha, always was, always will be, is the recognition of this, not the thought of this. Thought's a rainbow. Not the feeling of this, feeling's a rainbow. Not the experience of this. Experience is a set of perceptions of a rainbow. But us sentient beings started trying to grab the rainbows. Like when you take a rainbow maker in the light and you have a baby, and it tries to grab them. There's no evil here. There's no sin. But there is an oops. Because as you start chasing the rainbows, they get more and more complex, and you become more and more involved in it, like a cat that is so busy chasing the point of the laser pointer that it knocks everything, including the lamps, off the tables. so obsessed with catching the laser pointer that it does itself a mischief. The suffering is in the chasing of the rainbows, the loss of the rainbows you thought you'd caught, because you can't grasp them. The fear of some rainbows and the inability to get away from them, and the pursuit of other rainbows. It's an oops. It's a misperception and believing that when you have a sensation of your sense organs, and you interpret it, and then you tell yourself a story about it, and then you have some feelings about that story, that's really happening. You do that, we all do. Was this able to answer your question? We are born again and again. As long as we are oopsing, we will suffer. As long as we're chasing rainbows and running from other rainbows and trying to keep the rainbows we catch and not noticing that they're rainbows. That's an analogy. One more question. Yes. By using method, Bodhisattva, the dance of the Dhaka. You've all heard of dakinis? Have you? Okay, so Dhakas are just as important, but the male Tibetan lamas don't talk about them because they're into dakinis. Dhakas are male. They're the hero, the one who saves. The dance of the Dhaka is the use of method such as mantra, ceremony, song, and action of the 6 paramitas for the sake of others. The dance of the dakini is open awareness. When the method of Bodhisattva comes together with the inherent open awareness, freedom occurs. So learn methods. There are mantras that will soothe out a situation when people are starting to fight. If you say manis, Om Mani Padme Hum, if you sing it softly, Om Mani Mani the energy will drop down, the conflict energy will drop. There are ceremonies that will please the land spirits around you and cause your environment to feel more harmonious. Look, you know how some places feel jangly and some places feel harmonious? There's ways to make places be harmonious. Feng Shui, you've heard of. The hanging of prayer flags, the sounding of mantra, the lighting of butter lamps, the creating of certain kinds of space that people can feel safe in. So many things you can do. Does this answer your question? You are male. Dance the dance of the Dhaka. It isn't always that the male gender dances the dance of the Dhaka and the female gender dances the dance of the openness. Probably about 60-40, depending on how much acculturation is going on. Some women prefer to dance the dance of the Dhaka. They are often very active rather than creating the openness. Some men prefer to sit and create the openness, to dance as a dakini. This is fine. Don't feel that you have to be one more than the other. It's according to your personality, not whether you got an innie or an outie. And your personality is always changing, so this is also. You really, as the culmination of your practice, need to be dancing both. Any really pressing questions? Then I think we are complete with what I have been able to say to you. In open awareness, in the fourth time, where all beings are all Buddhas, all virtue arising of the momentary experiences is offered to all Buddhas for the sake of all beings. As it has been done, so it is. Gewandi Nyurduda Che Che Sa